find Narnia a more savage place than you remember.
There's bigger battles in this film, and there's more action in this film. I don't see it as violent as such, because I don't think there's anything gratuitous about it. You know, there's certainly larger scale to the battles, but there's actually nothing as scary or as dark as Aslan being killed in the last film, which, you know, everyone remembers kind of the brightness, because the last film was about spring, so there was a lot of brightness and colour, particularly towards the film. But the middle of the last story, even in the book form, was, I think, one of the scariest, darkest moments in the whole Narnia series. So I don't think there's anything that competes with that in this film. You know, the challenge was to have battles that felt real, that felt exciting, that felt like the jeopardy was believable, without making them gratuitous or gory or violent, and so that they were still accessible to family audiences. I had been looking kind of worldwide, and she had gone fairly near the end. I had 2 or 3 guys that I was interested in. I wasn't kind of sure, and she saw Ben on stage in History Boys in London, and she said, "You've got to see this guy. He's great. He looks good. He's a very good actor. He's a mature young man who looks like he's 17." And she sent me a tape, and I was just very convinced by seeing his understanding of the character.
Get up.
Caspian?
Stay where you are.
What are you doing?
I should think it's obvious, dear.
It's sad. The first time you've shown any backbone.
And it's such a waste.
Put the sword down, Caspian.
In a sequel, now that you know who the characters are, you can find out more subtle things about them. Peter, in this story, played by William, is his story has more depth than last time. Last time it was about sort of a growth to manhood. What I felt in reading the book when I was a kid is, how would it be to go from being a high king for 15 years and then going back to high school? You know, that would really suck. So I wanted to investigate what effect that had on him, how it affected his ego. And this story is a lot about him dealing with his ego, wanting to reclaim the glory of his past and making mistakes because of that.
If you'd kept to the plan, those soldiers might be alive right now.
And if you just stayed here like I suggested, they definitely would be.
You called us, remember?
My first mistake.
No. Your first mistake was thinking you'd lead these people. Hey!
I am not the one who abandoned Narnia.
You invaded Narnia. You have no more right to lead than Miraz does. You, him, your father. Narnia is better off than a lot of you.
Stop it!